just as the angel said. And even though he tried to get on, they wouldn't let him on. Finally, they allowed him to get on the boat. And then he was reunited with his family and friends back in Rome and Britain a short time later. So he's thinking, all right, God saved me from this captivity. God must have some sort of plan for me. He must have some sort of claim on my life. I mean, he was a Catholic, so he believed these things. So he went and he studied for the priesthood. And if you're interested in the specifics, they know where he went. He went to St. Martin's Monastery in Tours, France. We also see him in Lerins. I'm pronouncing it in the English way. These are French names. And so we know that he went to these monasteries and he studied, and he became well known for his piety, for his learning, and his desire to be a missionary. So he was ordained a priest, and then he was ordained a bishop, and he was sent back with the Pope's permission back to Ireland so that he could go back to the very same pagans that he had lived among for those 6 years and convert them to Jesus Christ. And that's what he did. Pope Celestine I, he's the one who said, okay, go for it. So St. Patrick went back to Ireland, went back with his band of merry men, the priests and the brothers and everyone else who went with him. And he set about trying to convert the very difficult to convert pagans of that part of Ireland. Now, there is a legend that he drove out the snakes. Now, whether or not there were ever any snakes in Ireland, I don't know. It's possible that that legend is true. We don't have any hard evidence that it is true. But here is how it also could be true, and that is that the snakes could be merely symbolic in the minds of the people that told this story, that the snakes were symbolic of the evils of paganism. And you're saying, oh, wait a minute, are you getting down on pagans? No. But you have, for example, some pagan tribes that practice ritual murder. You can find in the pagan world human sacrifice. You can find a lot of things that are not so good, certainly not so good when you compare them to the teaching of love and mercy and forgiveness of Jesus Christ. So St. Patrick had to do battle with these ideologies, and he resorted to different ways of trying to explain to the pagans, guys, look, there aren't a whole lot of gods. You don't have to appease all these different gods, the wood god and the field god and the rain god and the fishing god and the god of war and the god of hunting and the god of, whatever you need, you have a god for. He says, you don't need to do that. There's only one God. And I'm going to explain who he is. Now, keep in mind, this was a mere 350 years or so after St. Paul did something very similar in Athens, Greece, where St. Paul shows up at the Acropolis. I've had the privilege of being there. It was just incredible. The Acropolis is this huge outcropping of rock. It's like a little mini mountain that overlooks the harbor in Athens. I was only there for less than 48 hours, so I don't claim vast knowledge of the area, but I had a chance to go there. And on top of this outcropping, you've got the Parthenon, and you've got the rest of the temple complex that's very famous. You've seen pictures of it. Right next to that is another rock outcropping called the Areopagus. You can read about this in the book of Acts. St. Paul shows up there. The Areopagus was like a marketplace, and they had, in addition to markets and the various things that they would buy and sell there, they also had